Hey, what's up everyone? This is Roy with SpecFreq, dev video number 9. In this video, I'm going to talk about a few things. There have been a good amount of bug fixes and quality of life updates that I've made since the last video. I'll talk about the new class, the Medic, critical class in the game. Some just UI changes that I've made, and then some upcoming plans that I have for the game to include a demo. So before I get started, shout out to my team on Discord, Chiller, Ryan, and all the other folks on there giving me some awesome feedback, both from bug fixes, suggestions on new updates. I really appreciate it. Really want to make this game awesome, and all your feedback's been great. So if you're not on Discord with us, join us. We have keys to give out. I'm always open to getting people's feedback, having them try the game. The game is deployed on Windows, Linux, and Mac. I've tested it with a controller, tested it with keyboard and mouse. So if you want to try this game, you have the chance to try it out, and I appreciate that. So let's jump on in. I'm going to call out these updates as we go along instead of kind of focusing on them. The first one, which you can actually see, is actually the SpecFreq website. So if you go to specfreq.com, you notice the website looks a little bit cleaner now. I got to add some screenshots on there. If you have an account on there, because if you had a copy of the game, you'd have an account, you can now reset your password. You can do a bunch of stuff. So I'm not going to pull up the website here, but that's the first update. The other one is, if you look here, they used to have like a change your inventory, change your class button here. They're kind of redundant since you do that inside the store itself, like in the game itself. And so I took those out. The other thing I did is I put the version number of the game to kind of keep things consistent so people know what version they're on. And your username here, just so you know who you logged in as. There are folks that can have multiple accounts, no issue with that. You know, you might want to have an account that focuses on being on a medic or an infantry or whatever it is. And so this just kind of tells you what player logged in as. The other thing I want to point out, and we'll talk about in a little bit, remember there used to be a health bar down here underneath the user's name. That's gone. So we'll talk about where that went. The other thing is, what's this number right here? So bounties. We're going to talk about bounties. Um, let's jump into the game. See, I have two different test devices here already logged in, so we can try it out. So nothing too new here. You're still gonna select your infantry, select your class here, but notice there's a new class called the medic. I'm gonna select that one. The medic is an important role in the game. It's just like any other game that has a medic. They have the ability to heal players. First off, let's notice this, and we'll mess with this a little bit. A knife. Every class now has a hand-to-hand weapon, which is a knife. Um, it's used to, stab other players. So it's effective if you can get close enough to pull it off. Medic has your generic light, so you can also grab a tiny little machine gun. And then you have your medical devices. So right now, the only thing I added was a med pen. The med pen just essentially heals your teammates, right? So it is free because you're a medic. It's your job to heal people. Eventually, we'll have things like a med pack or a med kit, which will heal your players even more. But for now, we'll stick with the classic med pen. So we'll jump on in. I think I have everyone over here in this zone. Nothing real new here. I did fix the one bug where you couldn't teleport in. That wasn't too hard of a fix. So remember before I was the medic, you did not see the health bars. Medics can actually see the health bars of their teammates. So I'm gonna go to my other machine here, and I'm going to shoot this player. Oh, okay. I did not actually intend to kill the player. That was actually another update that I made, in that I found it was taking too many hits to kill players. And you were really lasting a long time, at least for like the generic infantry class. And so I did make bullets hit a little harder, which is what happened there. So I'm gonna shoot him with just one bullet, and there you can kind of see the health going down, right? So I'm the medic. Oh no, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's heal you. Yay. There you go. Healed up. You're all good to go. Get back in the fight. So that's the medic's role. Right now, again, with the med pen, it takes a couple clicks to heal one player. I'm probably going to reduce it because it's a lot of health. I'd really just have it that strong so I can test it. But that's the medic's role, right? And then let's say that someone wants to come and stab you. So I'm going to switch out the computer here and stabby. So this player's going to hit him with a knife. Oh no. Oh no. He did. So knife's pretty effective because it's up close, right? And so it's a little bit easier to get wrecked by it. And so if the medic was around, the medic could heal. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Hold on, let the player come back in because it wouldn't be a dev video, and I say this every time it happens. If there wasn't a bug, this dude should have come back with full health. I'll have to figure out why that happened. But the good news is I'm a medic. It's okay. All healed up. So that's the medic class in a nutshell. Nothing too crazy about it. It's like you would compare. It's like you would have a medic in other games. I'm thinking of working on like a med grenade kind of thing. So you throw it out, and as long as it's the same team, I'm gonna heal everybody in the area that it blows up in. I think that would be kind of fun. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome class. The downsides, well, the plus sides of being a medic, you have a little more armor than the other classes. You are a little bit slower because you're going to carry a little more of a kit. And then eventually, I'm actually going to make it so right now, you notice all the players have essentially the same like 3D model and the same skin. The medics will have like the little cross on them, so you can tell that they're a medic. The heavies will look a little bit thicker, that kind of thing. So we'll get there. This was kind of my first instantiation of this class, but yeah, that's the meta class. The other thing you'll notice is watch this little section right here when I shoot. Notice how it uh, has that little bar right there. I want to be able to show off the recharge rate of weapons essentially, and that's exactly what that is. And so if you have a weapon that's going to take a long time, you'll see that, and I'll switch to an engineer class. Actually, let's do it now while we're talking. I'm going to switch to an engineer class. I think I should have enough money to buy stuff. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that shouldn't show up. Yeah, another bug. This is awesome. I don't know why that's there. Now we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. Let's do a personnel turret. Yeah, it should be good. Um, so I want to be able to show, hey, when you put a object down or when you shoot something, the actual recharge rate, and I don't have a good way to show it before. So now if I switch to something like sandbags, which don't have too bad of a recharge rate, notice the little countdown that's going on over here. Now you know that, and I'm going to click a couple times, you're not going to be able to put anything down until that recharge rate is done, right? Let's teach this dude a lesson. Let's see if it shoots at him. The infamous turret bug that I hate. Oh, bye, Felicia. Good turret. Good job, buddy. Um, Other thing you notice, check out the countdown. So, I'm sorry, the bounty right here. So because my player was because it was fragged by the turret, I get the bounty from that player. Right now, the game's gonna store your bounty. It's essentially your kill streak, right? And then when you log off or when you spec, the bounty is going to be banked, and you'll be able to turn that bounty into points in the game so you can buy stuff with it. It's going to be a pretty good exchange rate, I think. Maybe like one bounty for 50 points or something like that. That way you have an opportunity to buy some bigger things with your in-game bounty. And then other players that are playing in the game are incentivized to go after the player with the highest bounty because they want to be able to, take their bounty or take that person's bounty and take it for themselves. So right now my bounty's 1. Let's say my bounty was 10 and another player killed me. They actually get half my bounty added to this. They're not going to get 10. They're going to get 5 in that case. That value is able to be set by the zone designers themselves, so it's not like a locked-in value. The folks that build zones for the game can determine whether you should get the full bounty or just part of the bounty. Um, and so that's another kind of big feature I've added since the game. So not only now do you get after capture the flag, going to get the flag, that'll give you points and a bounty, but you also kind of have this incentive to frag other people along the way because you can take this bounty, you can turn it into points for stuff that you can buy from the store. So I think those are kind of the major features I've done in the game. The next big update is going to be working on weapons, and so this build that we're using for this video here is actually the one that's on Steam. So it's what I would consider my stable build, other than the 2 bugs that you just saw, which again, it wouldn't be a SpecFreq dev video if there wasn't some sort of bug in it. The next build that I have coming up is very focused on weapons. So I have anti-vehicle mines in the game. So you can place those down. If a vehicle runs over them, a vehicle explode. That update will also add vehicle damage. Right now, I can take any one of these vehicles. I don't know where the tank is. Someone took the tank. We'll take this dude. These vehicles can't actually be blown up. So you could drive these all around. People can shoot at you nonstop, but there's no way to blow up these vehicles. They can't actually take damage yet. So I'll make them so these vehicles can take damage and be blown up. both by guns. So certain vehicles like this APC might be bulletproof, but it certainly is not RPG proof and certainly not mine proof, right? Whereas this little side by side here would be, susceptible to bullets, that kind of thing. Um, Remember the anti-tank turrets? Those things will be pretty effective against all the vehicles. So it's going to be a big weapon update. Grenades are another thing that I'm going to add in the game. If you remember, there was a bug where sandbags and walls couldn't be destroyed, so those will be able to be destroyed by the grenades specifically. And some other little things like tank turrets, all that being effective. So that's kind of my big focus for the next build. And then once I'm just, no, Jesus, I spec'd in from the other laptop and now I'm being shot at. So once that's done, I have one more build after that, and that's going to be like a big map update. So I'm going to focus on, I'm going to spec out. I'm going to go all the way down here. So if you remember the area down here in the arena, I mentioned I'm going to kind of build it up. I'm just going really fast. All right, sweet. So the area in the bottom part of the map here and this section right here, I'm going to focus on getting that built out and pretty close to done, and maybe add another base or two up here. But once I have the map built out, once I have the vehicle and weapons update good to go and solid, my next step is to actually create a demo. So I want to have a version of this game that's free on Steam that anybody can jump in and just play. It's not going to be this full zone. I think this full zone will probably be part of the pay version of the game. But I think there will probably be an area where it's probably the size of this inner city area right here, right? That will be a free, anybody can jump in and play and just shoot and have some fun kind of version of the game. It doesn't mean that there won't be free versions of the game in the future. My goal, once everything is stable, to include having the demo and everything out there, is to release a zone out of the game and to release the actual server itself. So other zone designers can create their zones, their own weapons, their own everything using the framework that I built. If they decide to make it free, they can keep it free. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna force that on anyone. So that is my really like my 4 month plan, and all that hopefully culminating and doing Steam's Next Fest in June. There's a Next Fest in February. I don't think the game's ready for it, honestly. Like, even if I put together a demo now, I just don't think the game is. It's stable, I guess, but it just doesn't have enough features to really get a good feel for the game. Like, I really want the vehicles there. I really want to have two different zones so people can see that there's a variety to the game itself. And I want the map pretty well filled out. So that's kind of my future plan for the game. We'll see how it plays out. And SpecFreq dev video number, I don't know, 30, whatever number I'll be on once we get to June. Hopefully I look back on this and I feel like, yeah, I hit all those target metrics. But time will tell. So, all right, folks, that's it for this video. Appreciate you all watching. One more shout out to the Discord team. Join me on there if you're not on there. Would love to get your feedback, give you copies of the game, let you try it out. You can check out all these new features as well. And then I know I keep saying it. I want to have a big play test. We'll shoot for February for that. It really is just this next vehicle weapon update, and I want to finish the map before I really expose the game to everybody. So we'll get there, February. All right, everyone. Catch you later.